I'm doing very well, and you know that this week has been a a roller coaster week with the market. All right, so
Yes.
yep, so we've been doing everything possible, to make sure that all the positions are safeguarded. Yeah, so
Yes, I saw that.
yep, so that is great to see that at least, right, everyone understands now how JDXBOT works and how JDXBOT protects and safeguard users' position.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm in Calabar. You know, when the other meeting I was in transit, but I'm in Calabar. I told you I'm in Calabar now. So yeah.
Okay, all right.
So
Yeah. So it is good to
yeah,
see.
thank you.
It is good to see, that we are still standing there. Yep. So
Yes.
now we just wait for the partial profit taking while we wait for the market to reverse. But anything is possible when it comes to Bitcoin. It can even go even further down. So yep. So we will be keep monitoring the market and see how things goes.
You're right. Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Everything you said has come to pass. Everything. I've not seen one that has not come to pass. What you said, not even one. Everything has come to pass. All. Honestly, unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, people thought Bitcoin cannot even come down at all. I remember you said we shouldn't buy. It was I. Look at where unbelievable. Everything you said, everything has come to pass. Honestly.
Yep, you are absolutely
Unbelievable.
right. That's the reason why, right? Sometimes we just we have a leader who actually are already in the market, and the leader knows, the market trend and also what is happening. So it is always good, to follow leaders who are already, who has the foresight, of what is going to happen. So that's the reason why I did warn everyone, right, especially in the JD Wealth Maker community, to be very careful, not to go in. I think I warn everyone when Bitcoin price is around 118, 120,000. All right. And then the price went all the way to 126. And then we saw a massive, drawdown, right? So now the price has hit about 80,500. So that is close to about 30%, 35%. Okay. I think about 32% correction. All right. So at the moment, right, fear is lingering, right? Fear is lingering the market. So we are not so sure whether we will see new money coming in, or we're going to start to see more sell-off. All right. But nevertheless, this is how the market works. Okay. This is how the market works. So just imagine, right? If someone would have bought Bitcoin at 120,000 or 125,000, I think they will be frustrated by now, right? They will be disappointed because they have already lost about close to 30% of the Bitcoin value, right? So now they have to wait for the price to return back to 125. That is probably is going to take ages. We don't know when. Now, if the cycle has already topped, then we're going to see another 1 year of drawdown. All right, that means that the market is going to go down, or the market going to remain where it is for the next 1 year before we see the price go up again. So, so that is the danger, right, at the moment. So we don't know whether it is already top or not. But as I mentioned, right, I suspect the cycle top is already in. All right. So if we just take time, right, to look at the while we waiting for the rest, right, we can take a look, all right, at the chart over here, right now. Please understand that, okay, we have already the top, right? The top is around here, right? See that 126,000, and the market has actually just recently hit about 80,524. Now that is massive, okay? That is massive, right? So if you have bought it over here, sorry, okay, it's disappointing, right? Because you now have to wait for market to reverse. It can take longer time. All right. Uh, so it is good to see that the market actually bounced. But we do not know that whether this bounce will remain, because we are still very early, okay, during the weeks, right? We are still very early. So we are seeing for the past 2 days, right? Green. Today is actually red. All right. So we are not so sure, right, if the market can reverse and actually, retest again the 80,000. Now, as I mentioned, right, if the market retests the 80,000, then we got another, level to watch there, which is around 75, 74,000. Okay, but please take note that we do have another 2 or 3 CME gap at the bottom. All right, but also, right, I already warned the team, right? If I think I did mention to the team that the monthly, right? If you look into the monthly, can you see that? Now we got a biggest red candle in the month of November. Okay, biggest red candle. So how will this play out? All right, this is going to be very significant. If let's say, for example, the market continues, right, then we could expect next month, December, also to be another red month. Okay, now please understand that it is going to be a Thanksgiving. I think it's a Thanksgiving week, and then moving into December is going to be holidays, Christmas, and so on. So are we going to see, sell off because people may need the money, right, for festive holidays and so on? Okay, so these are some of the things that we need to think. And also a lot of the institution probably already, actually closed their businesses. They may be out for holidays and so on. All right. So these are some of the consideration that we need to understand, okay, when come to the market. But right, if we look into the trend, right, I'm just looking into the trend, comparing 2025 to 2021. All right, if you look into that, right, we are having like a same pattern. All right, I think we have done this comparison before. We are seeing the same pattern. All right, now either we're going to see the same pattern in this manner, and then the price goes up and actually hit another all-time high before we see a breakdown, or we're going to basically come down in this manner. You see that? So will this actually play out? Right, this is the question. Now, if this play out, I think there's going to be a lot of pain, right? It's going to be a lot of pain in the market, whereby the price can even actually come down to high likely, right? We could even see price coming down to around 45,000. Okay, and we do have another level, right, to watch. I think it's around 25,000 and so on. Okay, so but at the moment on the monthly, doesn't look good. I already told you guys, okay, it doesn't look good. And also, if I look into the money flow, right, the money flow is also already coming down. So so we could be expecting money flow to be going down. You see that? This could take time. You see that? If money flow continue to go down on the monthly, then we're going to see a massive price downward. So we don't know, okay? It can even go to 45,000. That's why I say it may not be the time to buy Bitcoin now, or you can buy a smaller amount, but you may want to wait, because if the price goes to below 50,000, I think it's a good time to buy Bitcoin. Okay, good time to buy and keep the Bitcoin, right? So this is basically on the monthly, right? It doesn't really looks good. Okay, it doesn't really looks good. So we don't know, okay, whether this will actually take a similar path as the 2021. All right. So now please understand that if the monthly is negative, then high likely, okay, I think we're going to see another 1 year of bear market, and then probably at the end of 2026 or maybe 2027, then we will start to see the next 3 year cycle where price will start to go up. All right. So that could be how, okay, things are playing out here when I look into it. Yeah, so you can see, right, this is the yearly how the yearly looks like. Can you see that? So we got the 2018, and then we got 3 years. Can you see that? 1 year down, 3 years up, 1 year down, 3 years up. But unfortunately this year, can you see that? this year it doesn't even actually follow the cycle. All right, it seems like something is broken with Bitcoin, but we know why it is broken, right? Because as I mentioned to you guys, when the institution come on board, actually Bitcoin is already broken. All right, when the institution come on board, Bitcoin is already broken. So Bitcoin is no longer, as per design. Okay, it's no longer as per design. So that's the reason why it is very, very scary if you're only holding Bitcoin. So the strategy is no longer holding Bitcoin alone. All right, it's no longer Bitcoin alone. You need to have the stable coin. So as I mentioned to you guys, okay, so that is, I think, the most important and the smartest way. That is the smartest way, okay, to play this game if you really want to do well by holding Bitcoin, okay, because or else, right, you can see that those who buy at the top currently, they are going to struggle. Right, they're going to struggle unless they don't need the money, they can wait. But if they really need the money, they need the cash flow, then they have no choice, right? They have to basically sell the Bitcoin, okay? But I also want to highlight one of the, I think, biggest achievement for JDXBOT during this time when the price came down, right? Now, please understand that, okay? We have quite a number of bots that is running. Now, at the average, right, a lot of the bots are currently, right, if you look into it, the entry price is around 95 or around 95 to 98. So the 99% of the bot is actually open at around, currently the entry price around 95, 98. All right. Now we do have one bot in particular, right? The entry price is around 111,000. Now I just want to highlight this because it is important, right? Because JDXBOT KPI, right? Key performance indicator is basically the resilience of the bot. So that means that if the price go against, right, either up or down, right, we want to be able to safeguard our users position. So that is our main priority, right? Every one of you understand that. So the top number one priority is to safeguard the position and then only the profitability. So now I think this is a massive achievement, okay? Massive achievement for JDXBOT. So if you take, right, the entry price is around $111,100 and the price came down to 80,000. That is basically a difference of 30,500. So now, I know, right, many of you were looking forward, right, because you want to know what is the resilience of the bot? How far have we actually tested? Now, this is the real world stress data. So currently, JDXBOT officially has already tested 30,576 points. So that simply means, right, if the price moves 30,000, we are still safe. Aren't you happy? All right, if you're happy, put up that in the chat room, right? So now, this is a very important insight, okay, for our team. This is a very important insight so that everyone understands, okay, that JDXBOT currently, not the resilience, right, is able to safeguard 30,500 points, all right? Because our goal or our target is actually 30,000 points. So this is, I think, is a remarkable achievement, okay, for JDXBOT. This is a remarkable achievement, okay? So I hope, all right, those of you who are listening, those of you who are watching, right, you can see, all right? So, and also, right, I thank God that during the cascading of the price crashing down, none of the bot actually got liquidated. So all our JDXBOT users bot is actually intact. None of them got liquidated. Now, the other thing is that also we saw that the JDXBOT strategy works flawlessly, right? Because there are positions that has already hit below 50% of your main account balance. And when it hit below 50%, the critical alert email triggers, right? So now this is also a huge achievement because we can see that, that the users are notified that now their main available balance is below 50%. All right. So now this gives user, right, ahead of warning that their account is already, their main account already hit the 50%. So what do you see, right? This is a great learning, right? So that you understand now, oh, this is how JDXBOT works, right? So this is a great learning. Imagine, right? Market move against you or against the position, and we are like 25,000 points away, or some of them are 30,000. The one with the 30,000, his available balance currently at around 20 to 30%. You see that? So you see that? So if the market move around 25,000, probably you would have hit about 40 to 50%. So that is good. Okay, that is good because now you know exactly, right, how the JDXBOT wallet management system, wallet management, risk management actually works. This is how it works. So now please understand that as the market goes down, it will pull your available balance down. So because it has to sustain so that you don't get liquidated. All right, and on top of that, JDXBOT also makes sure to maintain your estimate liquidation, right? Your estimate liquidation at least, okay, 15,000 points or 17,000 points from the mark price so that you don't get liquidated. So we do hedging, right? So that's where the hedging comes in to protect your position so that you don't get liquidated. So that means that from the 50% threshold, even if the market goes down to 40, 30, 20, right? You still cannot get liquidated. But the risk will come in when you don't respond, to the, if the market further goes down, right? So because currently we have already tested about 30,500. That is awesome, right? We have not tested 35,000. We have not tested 40,000. We have not tested 50,000. Please understand that. So if the market goes further down and you don't top up your sub account when it is already below 50% threshold, then if the market further go 35 or 40,000, we don't know whether your account will get liquidated. All right, but so far 30,500, none of the bot got liquidated. And we also noticed that this particular users, his available balance, is basically around 20% currently, right? 20 to 30%. So this user has to quickly top up the sub account so that he can push back the main account balance to above 50%. All right. So it is up to the user, right? Because everyone understands JDXBOT policy, right? If you don't push back, you get liquidated. Then it is the user's responsibility because you already know that your main available balance is already below 50%. Okay, so everyone must understand this very, very carefully. But despite that, it's a remarkable achievement to see, that we can now sustain about 30,500. All right, I think this is brilliant. Okay, so now please understand, guys, this is a great achievement, but also this is a great experience for JDXBOT. All right, because you can see in the month of October, we were doing well, right? The market did not drop like what we are seeing now. All right, so everyone is enjoy the profit, but in the month of November, we already made about 16% profit, net profit. But then we saw the market comes down, right? Huge, right? Sell-off, right? So during this period, it's a floating period. So when you are having a floating, you don't see profit from your main position, right? So, but I believe that either today or tomorrow, you will see the partial profit coming in. So that is another proprietary, technology that we have put in, whereby while it is floating, JDXBOT will still deliver profit, which is the partial profit taking. All right, so now this is a huge experience, real-time experience or real market experience for JDXBOT users, and you can only experience this when we go through this real situation. All right, and I believe that some of the users will even feel panic, right? They worry that they can get liquidated and so on. But this is how it works when come to the cross margin. Please understand that. So that's the reason why, right? We have all the necessary necessary policy in place you know, to be able to, first of all, to safeguard and protect the capital. All right. So I hope, all right, I hope those of you who has been watching this, right, you can already start to learn, right? And you are already witnessing how JDXBOT works. Okay. Now, this is important, right? Because at the end of it, imagine, guys, I think we had about close to 2 billion liquidation. But none of our bot is part of that 2 billion liquidation because none of the users so far got liquidated. So I think we have to be proud of this community. We have to be proud that we not only have a money making machine, but we do have a machine that actually protect our users capital, right? Our partners capital. So that is the most important thing, right? So I hope, right? I hope this gives clarity to everyone. So we don't know, right? Can the market go up or the market? We don't know, guys. So that's the reason why, right? During this period of consolidation, make sure that you top up your sub account. So when you top up your sub account, what will happen? It will check your main account. So if your main account is below 50%, then this fund will be automatically transferred to your main account. All right. Now, please understand, some of you may not understand why do you need to do that. Now, simple, guys. Number one, when you top up your sub account, all right, it will go and fill your main account. When it fills your main account, your liquidation will be pushed away automatically. That is the first thing. Number two, when we do the DCA, right? DCA will only take effective for those who have 50% and above in their main account. Because please understand, DCA, when we do DCA, it will use your fund to actually bring your entry price closer to the current market price. So if your entry price now is 98,000, when we do the DCA, it will closely come to 97, 96, closely, right? So we got a DCA that will be actually taking place based on the standard. So if your account is below 50%, although the DCA is happening for other users, you may not see it happen to you because yours is below 40%. So we cannot use your fund to do DCA because if we use your below 50% fund for DCA, your liquidation will come closer. Can you see that? So that's the reason why JDXBOT standards is at 50% threshold. So you have to maintain above 50%. All right. So I hope you understand that. And also please understand that this doesn't happen all the time, right? It is probably, a once a while rare situation where we have this kind of manipulation in the market taking place. Okay. So please understand this is not a normal market condition. All right. This is a fabricated, not organic market condition because the institution currently, right, Bitcoin is no longer decentralized. Bitcoin is centralized. So as institution hold Bitcoin, they can actually determine where they want to move the market. So please understand that, okay? So this is important for everyone to know. So we may see Bitcoin moving normally, or sometimes we can even see Bitcoin being manipulated. So what we saw in the month of October when the price crashes, and what we saw now, it is all basically fabricated. All right, so please understand that, okay? So what is going to happen next, no one knows, but we want to make sure, that the bot protects, and safeguard the position. Okay, I hope this is clear, okay? Now, if you guys heard me well and you understand, please put up that in the chat room. Yes, that will be great so that I know that my message is going out clearly to everyone. Okay, put up that in the chat room, yes, and then we will proceed with the presentation today. All right? All right. Put up that, guys, in the chat room. I just want to make sure that every one of you are hearing me well and you understand, okay, this explanation, right? Okay, great. Awesome, right? So I think that is important, okay, because I just want to make sure everyone understand, because sometimes when I do presentation, right, people don't pay attention and then they ask the same question, right? So I just want to make sure that we can relate with the actual scenario, because this is how we build the bot. Do you know that previously, right, we tested 25,000. and then we adjusted the algorithm, and now we tested 30,500, right? So every time we touch this 30, every time we touch this threshold, we are adjusting the algorithm, because this is the real world stress test, okay, real world test, okay. So we can't do a back testing, no way. All right, because Bitcoin always changing. So we have to follow the actual price movement and then adjust the algorithm. All right. So please understand that. Okay. No one does this, guys. Only JDXBOT does this. Okay. So we have to closely monitor while protecting users, our partners' account. We also have to make sure to adjust the algorithm. All right. So please understand. So while we are doing what we're supposed to do, we also want our user, to be responsive. So when you see that your threshold is hit below 50% and you receive the critical alert email, make sure you prepare, okay, the fund. Okay, please understand, guys, when you put the fund into your sub account, that fund will be transferred, right? It will replenish your main account. Don't worry, okay? Once the position closed, that amount will be returned back to your sub account. And then you can remove that fund back to your spot wallet, okay? So it is always important, you are earning well, make sure that you also prepare, some fund, okay, so that you can top it up. All right, so please understand that, okay? And as I mentioned to you, this doesn't happen all the time. It can happen once a while, right? It can happen once a while. It all depends on how the institution is manipulating the market and so on, okay? So please understand that. Okay, great. Okay, good to see all those chat. All right, if you guys are ready, we will proceed with the presentation today. Okay, all right. Okay, great, awesome. Okay, team. First of all, I would like to appreciate each and every one of you, right, for coming on board for our regular Tuesday, not weekly global preview, right? Now, I just want to make sure everyone understands that. Okay, at this time, right? I think moving forward, the Tuesday presentation will only be for JDXBOT. All right, so I do not want to mix with the JDX Copy Master because I'm making some changes to the JDX Copy Master. So at the moment, the JDX Copy Master that I'm not opening up for any new copier, right? So please understand that we will only open that later on if I really think that it is necessary. Because at the moment, right, I think that some users don't understand what this copy trading all about. All right, so because of that, right, the fund management is basically, right, the fund management is not similar with JDX Copy Master. Because of that, the user can be affected, and actually it shows a poor management on JDX Copy Master, right? So because people don't understand what does copy trading means, okay? Because if you talk about copy trading, that means you actually copy everything that JDX Copy Master is doing. So if I manage the fund in this manner, you have to manage the fund in the same manner. And if you don't have enough fund and you come and copy, then your position can be affected. So I don't want this to take place. Okay, I think unless otherwise, those who are copying understand about the fund management, the wallet management, then the JDX Copy Master will not be effective. So because of that, I have decided to temporarily, okay, we don't want to accept any new copier. All right, I have to find a different way how to do this, so that I need to make sure that those who are coming in first understand the fund management or the wallet management requirement. If they cannot meet the requirement, then they shouldn't actually be copying. So I'm not so sure how is this going to be, but nevertheless, temporary, okay, the JDX Copy Master will not be available for for any private investors. Okay, so we are only going to manage the existing users, and thereafter, right, I will see what I want to do. But nevertheless, the Tuesday now will be only for JDXBOT. Okay, so please take note of this information, right? Okay, great. Let's move on. Okay, as I always mention, guys, first thing first is that, all right, you need to understand the positioning of the company. So any program that you are part of, right, you want to make sure there is transparency, on the positioning of the company. So here the company is none other, all right, than JD Wealth Maker, right? So JD Wealth Maker is a fintech, it's a financial technology, a DeFi software development company. So what we focus is basically to develop product that is related to decentralized finances. Okay, so we are not building product for the financial institution. No. Okay, the centralized finance. No. All right. When we talk about centralized finance, it's the banks and so on. Okay, but here we talk about the decentralized, and through decentralized, we can actually give opportunity to people. Okay, to normal people. Okay, to be part of this opportunity, and they are able to even make a significant profit and so on. Okay, so please understand that. So one of our flagship brand, okay, our flagship product that is under this DeFi development is JDXBOT. Okay, and also please understand, guys, that JD Wealth Maker is not a multi-level company. Okay, we don't do MLM businesses. We don't have MLM structure. It is a real trading, right? What we are doing here is a decentralized finance. It is a software development company, and JDXBOT is basically an algo trading technology. Okay, so please understand that. So it is a real trading. So if you want to experience real trading and how real trading generate profit, how real trading go through the market uncertainty, and if you want to experience that, then this is the opportunity that is available for you. Okay, now our mandate is very simple. We want to empower ordinary people to generate extraordinary income. So that's what we are doing. And also, most of you understand that, I think, last week onwards, right? Our funding requirement for the main account has been reduced, okay? Which I'll be explaining to you in detail, so that I think this reduction is critical because it is basically empowering so many people to be part of JDXBOT, okay? All right, now, let's quickly look into an introduction about JDXBOT itself, right? Now, JDXBOT, if you look into the situation of the market, right, you can see what is happening, right? In the high-speed world of the cryptocurrency trading, where volatility can either break or make fortunes, right? So volatility is all about the liquidity in the market. So you can see, okay, with the current situation, right? When liquidity moves out of the market, market becomes volatile, okay? And a lot, I think 2 over billion, right, were liquidated, okay? But this is where JDXBOT stands as a revolutionary trading system engineered to protect capital first. Okay, this is our top priority, right? So when we design this whole system, when we design the algorithm, we actually focus first on protecting the capital. Now, please understand, if you are an experienced trader, the first thing that you always think is the risk management before the profitability, right? The first thing that you must always think is about how to protect the capital before the profitability. So this is what we are doing. So that's the reason why the recent crash that took place, right? I think, as I mentioned to you earlier, right? The price dropped about 30,500 points. And yet, okay, none of our JDXBOT users, okay, or partners actually got liquidated. So I think this is a remarkable achievement, okay, a real stress test, for the board. And now you yourself, right, have a real experience knowing, the board capacity and the board capability, not to be able to protect the capital first. This is important, okay? So engineered to protect capital first and then generate consistent, sustainable profit for our valued global partners. Okay, so this is what we want to do, okay? So we protect the capital, but yet, please understand, guys, if you are in the month of November, right? I think, as I mentioned to you last week, right? We have already made about 16% net profit. It is too good, okay? It is too good. But yet, okay, don't worry, okay? When we do the partial profit taking, you will start to see more profit before the end of this month, okay? But nevertheless, if you can make 16% net profit, that is just awesome, right? Despite the volatility, despite the uncertainty in the market, right? Please take note. All right. Now, JDXBOT is the industry's first fully autonomous crypto-algorithmic futures trading bot. Now, a third-party exchange-based API commission software as a service that utilizes advanced intelligent algorithm and tactical trading strategy to execute and manage trades remotely. Okay, so it is 100% hands-free, worry-free, and also it is basically 100% autopilot. Okay, so this is in a nutshell, okay, this is what is JDXBOT all about. All right. So when we talk about the algo trading, JDXBOT partner with an exchange. So the user need to have an account with the exchange. And once you have an account, you need to basically bind your account with JDXBOT through the API. And once you bind the account through the API, all the tradings, okay, will be taken care 100% by JDXBOT remotely, right? So this is, so all the trading strategy will be 100%. So all that the user need to do is to manage their fund. That is it, all right? So follow the requirement, and follow the instruction that has been given. Just make sure to manage the fund, but the strategy of the trading and everything else will be taken care by JDXBOT through the API. All right, please understand that. Now, this strategy, right, that we have built is backed by over 15 years of hands-on expertise in futures and leverage crypto trading. Now, that is my experience, okay, because I came from a trading background. So when we went into the crypto space, I started to trade Bitcoin. Right, but as I start to trade, I start to get more and more interested with leverage trading. All right, so I find that leverage trading, my style of trading is more suitable with the leverage trading, not spot trading. All right, so these are 15 years, okay, since 2010, okay, 15 years of hands-on expertise, all right, been actually packaged into an algorithm and provided, okay, and we provide this to the world so that the world can actually enjoy extraordinary income from this technology, okay. Now, empowered by a tested and proven algorithm. So we did the beta testing in November 2023. Okay, many of you who are now with JDXBOT, you were from there. All right, many of you have seen the beta testing. And if you would compare the beta testing with now, I remember in beta testing, if the price moved 2,000 or 3,000, we get liquidated. But now we see the price move 30,500, and yet, okay, none of us got liquidated. Can you just see the vast improvement, okay, optimization that has been done to the bot? We did not give up, okay, continuously. Even we fail and we keep failing, but we did not give up, okay. We keep actually optimizing the bot, the algorithm, until where we are now, okay. So I think this is something to be proud, and it is definitely a brilliant achievement. But also at the same time, right, we really honor everyone who actually stood with us, all right, and trusted the process, okay, as we go through this whole, this whole cycle, okay. Now, JDXBOT sets a new global standard for smart, resilient, and profitable futures crypto trading, right? So this is a powerful, real world development, that we did for the bot, okay. So I really hope that, okay, those of you who already been part of us, you can testify that, okay. Those of you who are coming on board, I believe that you will also experience, okay, the same experience, okay, as we go, as you start to go through this whole process, right? Okay. Now, what really set us apart? Okay, number one, I think this is the most important thing, because I am also an investor, guys. Okay, now from an investor perspective, I'm building a solution for the world. So when I build a solution for the world, my focus is how can I build something where the user will have 100% control of their fund. All right. So this is where we actually partner with an exchange so that you can then have an account with the exchange and you can actually have a complete control over your fund. All right, so you can manage your fund. You can decide how much you want to invest. You can actually decide when you want to transfer, when you want to withdraw. I think this is a powerful proposition, okay, for our global users, right? So you have 100% control of your fund at your fingertip, right? That's the first thing. Number two, it is 100% autopilot, 24/7. It runs 365 days because it is crypto, right? So I think this is another powerful, proposition, okay? Because this bot operate autonomously around the clock, providing users with flexibility to trade at any time, okay? So you can be from any part of the world. It doesn't matter. As long as you have an account with the exchange, you can be part of JDXBOT, all right? Now, it is also 100% transparency of live trades and results at your fingertips. So when you have an account with the exchange, remember, you can have the app. All right. So once you have the app, you can actually look at all the real trading that has been opened. You can watch the trades, and not only that, you can even basically look into the performance results and the reports and so on. So now this is what transparency is all about, right? Because at the end of it, you want to see the trades for your own fund, right? So if you have $100, you want to see how is my $100 doing. You don't want to see the $10,000 total account. No, you just want to see my $100. If you have funded $1,000, you want to see your $1,000 performance. Can you see that? So JDXBOT personalized, okay, every single bot based on their own trading fund. All right, so that's the beauty of it. Okay, now it is also tested and proven winning strategy, right? So as I mentioned to you, we have been tested. We have actually, this is a real trading that I have been doing for years. All right. So we have taken this real expertise and actually put into an algorithm. All right. So that, those who are actually copying, right? Those who are basically, connecting the API with JDXBOT, they are going to experience, the same performance as the performance that has been tested and proven, okay, throughout the many years. Okay. All right. Now, the other thing is that safe, reliable, and compliance trading platform. This is another important aspect in order to protect our global partners, whereby the exchanges, okay, that we are partnering with ensures the safety, all right, of your fund and so on. Okay, I think this is very, very important. Now, last but not least, JDXBOT offers one of the highest profit sharing in the industry with instant settlement of profit. Okay, so whenever the bot closes in profit, all right, there is a profit sharing that will be taking place, almost instantly in real time. All right, so you don't have to wait for your profit to be credited in 24 hours or whatever. So no, okay, everything happens on the spot, okay, real time. All right, so that is the beauty of it. And also we offer up to 30%, okay, of the referral commission, which I'll be explaining to you, all right, as we go through the presentation, right? All right, now the other important thing is for our partners to understand the total ecosystem that is involved, all right? Now, this is important because, so once you know, right, the entity that is involved in this ecosystem and you know what needs to be done, so you understand how things actually work, right? Now, we have two entities here. One is the official partner exchange, which is BitGet, and JDXBOT, who is actually the strategy provider, the owner of the strategy. Right? Now, under these two entities, there are activities that you have to perform as the user who are coming on board before your account can get activated and your bot is fully autonomous. Right? Now, under BitGet, right, you need to make sure you need to sign up. Right? You need to sign up. And thereafter, you have to perform the KYC. Just do a level 1 KYC, identity verification. And then you have to create your API and bind with JDXBOT. Now, under JDXBOT, so you see there are two separate platforms, okay? You need both of these platforms. Please take note of that, okay? Now, under JDXBOT, you need to sign up. And once you sign up, you then perform the email verification. And then you proceed with a two-factor authentication. Now, this is very important, okay? Please protect your account, all right? So the two-factor authentication is critical, all right? And then after, you need to proceed to purchase the strategy plan, which I'll explain to you shortly. And once you purchase the strategy plan, you need to perform the API binding with BitGet. And then you need to fund, okay, your strategy wallet for the strategy fee deduction. All right, now please understand, okay, we cannot deduct the fees from your Bitget because JDXBOT don't have access, okay, to your fund. And because of that, you need to actually prepare a fund in JDXBOT back office where you have the strategy wallet. That's where you actually will prepare the fund, and the deduction of the strategy fee will be taking place automatically from your JDXBOT back office. All right, so stay true, okay, because I'll explain to you all these things and show you the connection of all this presentation so that you have the totality understanding before you become part of JDXBOT. Okay, now once you have funded your strategy wallet, proceed to fund your main futures account. All right, now this main futures account determines your trading. All right, so as I mentioned, right, that we have already lowered. Now the main futures account minimum is $100, right? $100 or more. Now, once you have funded your main futures account in Bitget, you also need to fund your sub account in Bitget, which is the same amount as your main futures account, right? 100% matching. So if your main futures account is 100, then your sub account will be 100. All right. Now I will explain to you on the costing, okay, very, very shortly, so that you understand what is the cost that is involved. But I want you to be able to understand the accounts here, okay, because we got the main futures account and the sub account. Now, these two accounts is a very critical account in order to ensure the wallet management strategy, which I'll explain to you very, very shortly. Now, once you have actually complied to all these requirements, your bot will then automatically, activated. Now, you don't have to reach out to the support, okay? Just make sure to follow the requirement. If any of this requirement is not met, you will receive an email. So once you receive an email, just go and check. Most of the time, the problem can be the funding. All right, the funding requirement. All right, that could be the reason your bot is not activated and so on. Okay. Now, another important thing, please understand that. Okay, we have three separate strategies. We have USDT strategy, the stable coin. We also have USDC strategy, another stable coin, and we got the BTC strategy. All right, so that simply means that you will be earning all this asset, okay? All this asset, okay? So if you want to earn Bitcoin, then you can actually acquire Bitcoin strategy. Now, just imagine, guys, if you want to buy Bitcoin, it is too expensive. Now you can earn Bitcoin, all right, through JDXBOT. Isn't that awesome? All right, you also going to earn the stable coin, right? As I mentioned to you, right, earlier, guys, that the strategy now, okay, if you really want to be in crypto, you must have stable coin and Bitcoin. So now when Bitcoin price goes down, what do? You actually buy low. When Bitcoin price goes up, you can swap your USDT, to Bitcoin, right? So that's the reason why we provide you with these three separate, strategies, okay? And normally we will encourage our user to buy all the three strategy because please understand that, okay? All the strategy deliver different results, all right? Different results because the results are determined by the market, okay? By the market in terms of liquidity and so on. So sometimes you may buy, example, just one strategy and you think that that one strategy is going to give you the profit that you expected. It might not happen because of the liquidity. So that's the reason why it's always good to have two or three strategies or all the three strategies so that your earning will be equalized. Okay, so that is another important information if you are going to make the decision, right? Okay, great. Now this is going to be one of the most important slides for everyone to understand. All right, this is very important. If you don't understand this, you don't understand the heartbeat of JDXBOT. So what makes JDXBOT successful? Why is it JDXBOT is sustaining, right? Although the price volatility is huge, what is actually protecting the partner's position? Now, this is the secret, all right? The secret is none other than the wallet management strategy, all right? Now, please understand that JDXBOT employs a dynamic risk mitigation system that actively manages the interaction between users' main futures account and sub-account to safeguard user's position. Now, please understand, guys, I always use the analogy of the war zone, right? See, please understand, trading is like you are in the battlefield. It's like you are in the war zone. It's a war between the red army and the green army. Please understand that. Now, in the battlefield, one of the most important thing is all about your ammunition. It's all about the bullets. So if you go to the battlefield, you don't waste your bullet. You don't keep shooting the enemies and wasting your bullet. So your bullet management, your ammunition management strategy is going to be very, very critical. That determines whether you win the war or you get defeated. All right. So that's the reason why. That's the reason why the interaction, okay, the management between the main account and the sub account is critical. So that's the reason why we also have the sub account. All right, because the sub account will then help you to protect your main account, okay, and it will safeguard your position. All right, now let me explain to you how this whole thing works. All right. Okay, now if you look into this image, right, over here, right, we have the main account, we have the sub account. This is the two important things that you need to understand. All right. Now, for the main account, as I mentioned, right, that currently the minimum funding for each of the strategy is $100. So your main account funding is actually matching 100% to your sub account, to your main account. So if your main account is 100, then your sub account is also 100. Or else your bot will not get activated. Please understand that. All right. Now, let me explain to you how the wallet management strategy works. Okay. Now, please listen carefully. Okay. This is important. If you don't understand this, then you will not understand how JDXBOT actually works. All right. So this is the most important technical understanding you need about the bot. All right. Now, first thing first is that we have a real-time monitoring. Now, JDXBOT algorithm continuously monitors the main account base available balance and automatically replenish it from sub-account with an amount equivalent to the dollar cost average DCA value. Now, this replenishment restores the available balance to the base available balance for optimal bot performance. Now, let me explain. Now, let's say, right, for example, you have actually funded $100. Now, as you funded the $100, your bot get activated and the position opens. Now, when the position open, right, please understand, JDXBOT uses hedging strategy. So that means two positions will be open at the same time, long and short. Now, at one point, okay, one of the position can go against you. All right, the ROE can be minus 50%, minus 100%. Now, when the ROE hit at certain range, you will see an add order taking place, or what we call a dollar cost averaging. Now, for example, right, let's say a dollar cost averaging hit and your $100 now reduced to $90. All right, so that means that dollar cost average at $10, for example, okay? So now your main account, we have what we call the main, this is what we call the base available balance. So now, in this example, the main base available balance is $100. All right, $100 because you funded $100. So now if your $100 now becomes $90, your base available now basically, you know, that $10 is missing, right, to make it to base available balance of $100. So what will happen? Now, JDXBOT sub-account, okay, JDXBOT algorithm, the sub-account will actually check your main account in real time. It will check your main account and see that your main account now has reduced by $10. So what will the sub-account do? The sub-account will then replenish that $10 to always maintain your main account base available balance at $100. Now, please understand, okay? Everyone base available balance can be different. Some of you can be 200, some of you can be 500, some of you can be 1,000. But the percentage is still the same. All right, so please understand that. So in this manner, right, the sub-account will always maintain your base available balance So in this manner, right, what will happen? Your bot will be performing at the optimal. Now, this wallet management, okay, this is a very critical strategy to make sure that your base available balance is always at the, at the base available balance that you have already funded. Okay, so please understand. So this is how it works. Now, this replenishment will continue. So if the market continue to go against you, right, it will continue, and at some point, high likely, right, your sub account can be depleted, zero. Like what happens now, right? A lot of the sub accounts are zero. But when your sub account is zero, please understand that that amount is now sitting in your main account. All right, that amount is sitting in your main. So you will see your main account balance is now probably greater. Okay, because all the fund is sitting in your sub account. All right, now, next, okay, we have what we call a cycle and normalization. Now, once all the trading positions are fully closed, the replenished funds are automatically returned to the sub account, preparing for the next trading cycle without requiring manual intervention. So you don't have to do anything. Once the cycle, now when I say cycle means, okay, please understand, when a position open until it closes, it can take few hours, it can take few days, it can take few weeks, okay? Until that cycle completes, that is the end of the cycle. And then the fund, okay, whatever fund that was replenished will be returned back to your sub account, and then a new cycle will start all over again. Okay, now please understand that when the trading closes, okay, when the cycle completes, there will be a 10 minutes of gap before a new position open. Now, during that 10 minutes of gap, user can basically adjust their fund and so on. All right, so you are given that 10 minutes. Now, if you decided within that 10 minutes, I don't want to proceed to the next cycle, you can remove your main account fund and send it back to your spot account. Now, please understand, the algorithm will check your main account. If your main account fund is insufficient, all right, the bot will not start the next cycle. So if, let's say, for example, after a few days, after a few weeks, you decided that I want to continue the trading, I want to fund my main account back, you can do that. And the bot then, and the algorithm will check your main account, check your sub account, check your strategy wallet. If all the fund conditions are within the spec, then your cycle will continue again. Isn't that brilliant? So user can decide, all right? You don't have to tell us to stop the bot. User can decide whether they want to continue trading or not during that 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes gap that you have. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now, let's move on. Now, we have what we call a fallback control. Now, if the sub-account lacks sufficient balance for replenishment, JDXBOT will switch to using the main account balance for continued DCA operation. So you can see, all right, if your sub-account is depleted, what happened? The DCA will continue, but now it will start to use your main account. So, okay, so now it will continue to use your main account until we have what we call a critical alert trigger. Now, in the event the main account balance dropped to 50% of the highest available balance, a critical alert notification email will be sent to notify user to top up their sub account. Can you see that? So please understand, okay, when the market go against us 20,000, 30,000 points, so this is where you start to see that your main account available balance will start to reduce. As it starts to reduce, it will hit the 50% and below. Once it hits 50% and below, you then will receive a critical alert, all right, triggering. All right, a critical alert telling you that now your main account has already reached a 50% threshold. Now, 50% and below, right, it is still not a serious warning that you can get liquidated. It is basically an early alert to the users to get ready to top up your sub account. So what you need to do is that you need to make sure to make the necessary plan to top up your sub account, not your main account, top up your sub account. When you top up your sub account, the algorithm will check your main account. If it's below 50%, it will then replenish your main account to keep it above 50%. Now, please understand, all right? The critical alert email, as long as your main account is below 50%, every hour you will receive the critical alert email. Until you top up your sub account and push it back above 50%, the alert email will stop. Okay? Now, another danger is that when users don't receive the email, or they don't check their main account, or they don't even check their email, and then the main account further depletes. Now, if the main account starts to deplete to 10% or probably zero, you will then receive a margin call email from BitGet. BitGet will then tell you that your main account is now already depleted and it is now risk of liquidation. So please understand, guys, all the system, all the policy are already in place. If you don't obey the instruction and you don't top up your sub account, that simply means you are willing to let your account to be liquidated. All right, so please understand, because JDXBOT does not guarantee, and we never promise that you won't get liquidated. All right, so if you don't follow the instruction, and if you don't follow, okay, now please understand, it's not that easy to get liquidated. Just imagine, right? We are now about 30,000 over points. We still have not got liquidated. But it is important for you to top up your sub account. Why? Let me explain to you. If you look at it, right? Now, this advanced prompt will help avoid liquidation, ensure continuous DCA activity, and keeps users' bot running smoothly. Now, the problem if you don't top up above 50% is that DCA will not happen for you. So while all other bots, the DCA is taking place, is bringing the entry price closer to the current market price. So if the price reverse, high likely they will close their position sooner than you, because yours is still below 50%. So that is the only thing. So that's the reason why it's always important that you maintain above 50% for the DCA to continue. All right, I hope this is clear, okay? So now, can you just imagine, guys, this is what we call a tactical strategy. JDXBOT does not follow technical strategy. All right, we have a wallet management strategy, and this is what makes JDXBOT unique, because we follow tactical strategy. So as I mentioned, right, in the war zone, you do not need a technical. You must already know how to use your sniper. You don't go into the battlefield to learn how to use your gun. No. You learn before the battle. But in the battlefield, you need tactical strategy. How to save your bullet. How not to overuse your bullet, right? This is important. So in the war zone, you might have to wait for the right time to shoot, not to shoot at any time at any enemies. No. Can you see that? You must be clear. You must be focused. You have your target. Can you see that? And sometimes it will take time for you to even use one of your bullets to kill the enemy. And sometimes if you are so skillful, you can hear the enemy's ammunition is getting depleted. So when the enemy is at the weakest point, that is the time you ambush. Okay, that's where we do our DCA. That's the time you ambush the enemy's territory in order to take control and walk out victoriously. So now, please understand, okay? So JDXBOT, the way we do things is all about tactical strategy, all right? And because it is a tactical strategy, wallet management is critical. And I hope now everyone understands the relation between the main account and the sub account, and why it is important, okay, for you to actually, understand how this whole principle, okay, actually works, okay? I hope this is clear, right? So I hope this is clear. So this is what makes JDXBOT different than any other bot, because every other bot runs on TA, technical analysis. This is the only bot that runs on tactical strategy. All right, so this is completely different, and that's why in leverage trading, we use cross margin, because we are using a tactical strategy. All right, so I hope this is clear. Okay, let's move on. Now, these are some of our proprietary tactical strategy that we have developed and deployed, okay, in-house. Okay, so it is not a strategy that is outside that. It is based on the 15 years of experience. Okay, and this strategy are engineered to protect capital first and generate consistent and sustainable profit for our global partners. Okay, now we have what we call a tactical counter trend strategy. So that's why when you see a position open, right, it's a hedging position. We have long and short open at the same time, right? It's waiting for either breakout or breakdown for the counter trend strategy to take place. So now this strategy allows JDXBOT to thrive where emotional traders fail, profiting from market pullbacks and corrections. So just imagine, right, guys? Now the market is pulling back. So if the market starts to go up above 90,000, 95,000, 98, all that position that enters at that entry price will close in profit. But before you even go there, we have a DCA to bring down the entry price. So while the price start to pull back, we are bringing the entry price also closer. All right, so that's the beauty of the tactical counter trend strategy. All right, now we have dollar cost averaging and with martingale strategy concept built into the algorithm. Now this adaptive approach transforms potential drawdown into setups for instant high margin gain. Now you may see, right, or you may be asking, why is it that my main account balance is reducing? Because of the DCA. All right, so that means that your main account balance reduces because your fund is now sitting in the trading account. It is now trading. So now your order size is increasing. So now just imagine, right? If the market starts to pull back and closes, your order size is now bigger. So therefore your profit will be greater. All right, because of the DCA and the martingale strategy that has been put in place. All right. Now, as I mentioned, right, when we open the position, it is an arbitrage hedging strategy. So every time JDXBOT open a position, you will see there are double position. Long and short will be open at the same time. So it's a complete different way of the trend trading. We don't do trend trading because trend trading at the end of it will high likely liquidate all your fund. All right, so everyone say your trend is your friend. Please be very careful because how long will you follow the trend? You must know when to do counter trend at certain point. So that's why JDXBOT is doing a counter trend tactical trading, not a trend trading. All right. So now this dual layer strategy, which is arbitrage and hedging, ensures profit consistency with built-in risk control. Now, another proprietary technical strategy is the partial profit taking. So now, please understand, right? For example, like now, right? I think the bot has been floating for a few days. So when the bot floats for a few days and it meets our criteria, as I mentioned to you, one of the criteria, right, for the profit taking, it is basically, the position ratios. We have the, the main account balances and so on. Okay, so when it meets the profit taking strategy, the profit taking criteria, partial profit taking. So although you are floating, right, the bot can still deliver profit. So now by doing so, right, user can continue to enjoy consistent profit accumulation despite having an open floating position, ensuring steady growth and enhanced capital efficiency within the overall strategy. Okay, so like if you take an example now, right, a lot of the bots are floating. All right, don't worry, our technical team will soon, okay, push the partial profit taking, and you will start to see your hedging position, which is currently the ROI might be 200 or 300%, right? You will start to see profit coming in. All right. So at the end of this month, right, probably we will have more than 16%, in terms of the net profit. All right. So I think this is going to be awesome. Okay. So these are just some of the proprietary tactical strategy. We have many other controls for the bot, okay, that is running, okay, almost, okay, instantly, real time, okay, in the background to continuously monitor the performance and to deliver, the performance to the bot. Okay, so please understand that. Okay, now these are some of the next level transparency and independent trading results where users can actually monitor their live trades activity in real time, and you can analyze, your trading performance as and when via your BitGet app. So now this fosters high level of trust and transparency in the trading process because you can see what happens to your own fund. All right. So if you go to your app, you can go to your futures, you can see the open position. You can even go to your futures P&L analysis, and you can actually look into your trading performance and so on. Now, please understand, guys, JDXBOT don't have access to this to your account. Therefore, everything that you see here is an independent, transparent report. So JDXBOT cannot alter the result. Whatever the result of the trading is what you're going to see in your own bot. So if it's a losses, it's loss. If it's make money, we make money, right? That is it, okay? Simple as it is. So this is the reason why JDXBOT partner with our third party, official partner BitGet, because we want to make sure that our user have a transparent report. If JDXBOT create its own app or we have our own exchange, then the results can be manipulated, right? So there can be conflict of interest. So that's why we don't want to do that. That's why a lot of the companies, there is a conflict of interest because they actually manipulate or alter the result. But over here, you can't alter because what you see is what you get, okay? Is what you get actually, right? So I think in this manner, there is huge transparency, and this is what fostering the trust with JDXBOT, okay? All right, now, next is the trading profit is available instantly in user's spot wallet. So as I mentioned, right, every time the profit is secure, that profit will be immediately transferred to your spot wallet. So please understand, we are trading in the futures. Okay, when the profit is secure, it is automatically transferred to your spot wallet. So in the spot wallet, you can either withdraw that profit to your external wallet and do whatever with it, or you can even transfer back that fund, okay, into your futures account during that 10 minutes. You can transfer to actually increase your capital to earn more, right? You can do your own compounding. All right. So now these functions and features are already available in your BitGet app. Or you can even basically swap. All right. You can swap your USDC to BTC. You can swap your BTC to USDC. So all these features, okay, are available. So you can do whatever you want to with your own fund. Now, this is what we call 100% control, right? So user can decide how they want to maneuver and manage their fund that is available in the spot wallet. Isn't that awesome? And if you withdraw, please understand, guys, it's just less than 5 or 10 minutes. That fund will be available in your external wallet. All right. So this is brilliant. Right? I think this is brilliant. This is what a lot of our users love, okay, with the system that is already available with Bitcoin. All right. Now, another important is that the strategy fee, right? The strategy fee auto deduction. Okay, this is where the profit sharing of the 25, 75%. Okay, 75% goes to our partners, 25% is the fee. All right. Now, JDXBOT users are provided with unique smart contract addresses to deposit their strategy fee for the profit sharing deduction in real time. So now please understand, okay, since JDXBOT don't have access to users' fund in their BitGet, therefore, user will have to prepare that fund in their JDXBOT back office. So every user has a unique smart contract address under the strategy wallet. So if you go to JDXBOT back office, you will be able to see the smart contract. All right. Let me just bring you there. Let's take a look. All right. All right. So this is basically the JDXBOT back office. Okay. So you can see the dashboard. You can see the detail. no, so you have to go and just check it out, all this information. Okay, now this is where you got the strategy wallet. So if you go to the strategy wallet, you can see that you have your own address. So everyone have their own smart contract address. This is a unique address. So if when you want to deposit the fund, you will deposit to this address only. So you tap the deposit, and then you will have the TRC20, a QR code. You can send those amount to this deposit. Now, once you send, it will then appear in your available balance. Okay, available balance. And don't forget to set the balance reminder. So, for example, once it reaches $50, you will receive a reminder email notification not to start to prepare to top up your strategy wallet. Now, please understand, don't leave the strategy wallet below $10, because if it drop, then your strategy wallet will be insufficient for the deduction and your bot will be deactivated. So always make sure that you maintain, okay, the requirement of your strategy wallet. Now you can see over here, every time the bot closes in profit in BitGet, the deduction of the 25% will be taking place here, and you can see all the deduction in your history record. All right, history record. Now if you want to see, okay, the report, then you can go to the dashboard. So when you go to the dashboard, you will see your strategy fee. Can you see that? Today, there is no profit, so no strategy fee deducted. But if I go to my total realized profit, I can see here my November performance, and I can also see my total strategy fee deducted so far for the month of November. So all the information is provided for you in JDXBOT back office, a separate back office than BitGet. Okay, so please understand. So in this manner, right, our global user have a high level of trust, because now all the deduction is taking place in JDXBOT back office, not in your BitGet. Okay, because we don't have access to your BitGet. So what you earn in BitGet, all right, what you earn in BitGet is 100% a realized profit. All right, what you earn. So while you earn the 100%, make sure you set aside the 25% for the deduction. Okay, now another important insight here is that please make sure you maintain at least 10% monthly. All right, 10% monthly of your total main futures trading fund in your strategy wallet for uninterrupted deduction of the strategy fee. Now, let's take for an example, right? When I say total means, let's say, for example, your total is $300. Now, your main account, $300. That is example, right? USDT 100, USDC 100, and BTC 100. So, your total main futures account is 300. So, you need to allocate a monthly minimum of 10%, right? Which is $30 in your strategy wallet. So, in this manner, the deduction will not be interrupted. Your bot will not be deactivated. So you can continuously enjoy profitable trade. All right. So this is a guide. Okay. So some people ask me, how much should I maintain every month? You maintain 10% of your total main, main futures BitGet balance. So if your main futures account is total, let's say 3,000. So 1,000 USDT, 1,000. So you need to maintain $300, 10% a month in your strategy wallet. Okay, so please understand that. And please understand the strategy wallet deduction or the profit sharing will only take place every time there is a profit. Okay, deduction only take place when there is a profit. Okay, please understand. Okay, great. Now, all right, so after you understand all these things, right? I know that many of you will want to know, okay, what is the startup cost then, okay, to get started, the initial startup cost, okay? You can add on your fund later on, but the initial startup cost, the minimum, what will be the minimum to get started? Okay, let's look into it. Now, there are 4 different types of costs, okay? Number 1, you need to purchase the strategy plan. So this is a yearly subscription. All right. So you will enjoy 12 plus 1 month subscription plan. So USDT is 100, USDC is 100, and BTC is 100. So the total is $300 to subscribe all the 3. But If you subscribe all the 3 at once, then you will enjoy $250. All right, so please understand that. Now, this is a non-refundable, non-transferable, non-switchable. All right, and this is a yearly renewal. Okay, so please understand that. Now, the second cost will be the main. You need to fund your main futures account, or else trading cannot take place. All right. So as I mentioned to you, the minimum initial funding for BitGet main futures account starts at 100 or more for each of the strategy. All right. So USDT 100, USDC 100, BTC 100. Now, next, you need to fund your sub account in BitGet, and that will be 100% matching with your main account. So if your USDT main account is $100, your sub account must be 100 or more. All right. And last but not least, you need to fund your strategy wallet. The initial funding, for the bot to get activated will be $30. Thereafter, you maintain 10% monthly, right? As I mentioned to you earlier. All right. Now let's look into what will be the initial startup cost if you purchase 1 strategy, 2 strategy, or 3 strategy, right? Now, if you just purchase 1 strategy, then you will be paying $100 for the subscription, $100 for the main account funding, $100 for the sub account, and $30 for the initial activation of your strategy wallet. So that will be a total, right, of $330. Now, if you go for 2 strategy, then instead of paying 200, it will be 180. And 2 strategy means you need to fund two of your main futures account, right? So that will be 200, and you need to match your sub account 200, and your activation for the first time strategy wallet will be 30. So that will be a total of 610. But if you go for all the 3 as we recommended, then instead of paying 300, you only pay 250. All right, but the total initial startup will be 880. Now, please take note, guys, that I think this offer will end by end of this year. All right. So next year, the subscription will no longer be this fee. All right, will no longer be this amount. I think the 1 strategy will be 150, 2 strategy will be 250, and 3 strategy will be 300. All right, so just take note because there will be a changes. We have already run this for the past 2 years, right? So the price has not increased. So next year, the price will increase. So if you don't want to miss the opportunity, make sure you subscribe by the end of 2020, right? 2025, okay? By the end of December, all right? Because January onwards, this subscription fees will be revised. I think JDXBOT subscription fee is one of the cheapest, okay? One of the most affordable in the industry, because everywhere else, you might be paying this every month. But we are only charging you 1 flat rate for a year. Okay, so take advantage of it. Okay, now please understand your subscription fee is only a flat rate. But your main account, your sub account is up to you. You can even put 10,000, 100,000. That is up to you. All right, so you plan accordingly based on this initial startup information, and please make an informed decision. If you need advice, get back to the person who have invited you, or you can even reach out to the support, okay, for more information. Okay, I hope this is helpful. All right, let's move on. Okay, now please understand the trading profit sharing model. Okay, as I mentioned to you earlier, at the moment until December, it will be 75-25 profit sharing. All right, thereafter, it will be reverted back to our original, which is 70-30. All right, so do take advantage of this profit sharing that is available. As I mentioned to you, profit sharing are basically done almost instantly. Okay, so you will see your profit. And please understand, guys, this is a net profit. Okay, 75%. We don't share with you realized profit. Okay, we are sharing with you net profit. Okay, so please understand. All right, great. Now, as I mentioned, we also actually one of the generous company that offers one of the highest referral bonus program. So you enjoy an unlimited lifetime 2 tiers referral program. All right. So you can actually enjoy 30% on any purchase of the strategy and upon each renewal. So let's say, for example, right, you came in and you introduced to someone who is interested, you will enjoy 20% of their subscription. So if the subscription, if they buy all the 3 strategies, let's say 250, you will immediately enjoy $50 of that, which is 20%. All right. And this amount will be credited in your JDXBOT back office. You can withdraw at any time. You don't have to wait for approval. All right. Now, if your level 1 introduced to your level 2, you will enjoy another 10%. Now, can you imagine, guys, just by bringing in 10 people, you already make $500. All right. And if these 10 people renew every year, you will have $500 as a bonus every year. Now, imagine if you got 20 people or you got 100 people, that is $5,000. So every year they renew, you get $5,000 as your yearly bonus. All right. So this is a generous referral bonus program that is available. So take advantage of it. Okay. Take advantage of this benefit. All right. So now, how to be part of JDXBOT? Very simple. There are only 3 simple steps. You need to sign up. All right. As I mentioned to you, you must sign up for BitGet, and then you sign up for JDXBOT, and then you go and subscribe to the strategy plan. So once that is done, you then proceed to connect, right? So this is where you create the API in BitGet, and then you bind your API with JDXBOT, and then you proceed with the funding. So remember, you got main account, sub account, and the strategy wallet to fund. And once all this is done, your bot will then be activated automatically. It will be running autonomously without your intervention. It is 100% autopilot. All right. Okay. Now, how to get started? Okay, don't worry. There are resources available, and so far I have seen that many of our users, right, they are smart. They are able to get their bot activated without much supervision. Congratulations, okay, to those of you who actually got your bot activated without supervision, because we have all the steps, okay, clearly laid out. So if you go to JDXBOT website, all right, at the top right, you will see getting started. And in that getting started, right, the most important is the first 2. Getting started checkpoint and getting started guide. So now, you can see that we have, this is the getting started checkpoint. There are 13 checkpoints. All right, step by step, what you need to do, and you see you can tick the box. So once you completed the step 1, you tick the box. Step 2, step all the way. And then we also have the getting started guide. So for each of the step, you will have the guide. Okay, you can see the circle numbers. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, so all these guidance are provided based on the checklist. And also, please don't forget, go through our frequent asked question. There are 52 questions over there. All right, go through, because you can learn a lot about JDXBOT. You can learn a lot about the risk management and all those things. So before you ask a question to the support, please make sure that you have read the FAQ, because high likely a lot of your question is already answered in the FAQ. All right. So all these documents are updated live. Okay. Every time there's a changes, we will keep updating it so you can get all the information in real time. All right. So you can go and download this document in the homepage. Okay. Go and download. All right. Great. So now, guys, be part of our global vision, the future of smart trading. So as I mentioned to you, JDXBOT is not just a trading bot. It's a global solution for individuals and institutions seeking tactical precision in volatile markets, consistency built on tested and proven strategy, and most importantly, protection-driven profitability. All right. So by turning volatility into opportunity and risk into strategy, JDXBOT is redefining how the world trades crypto. All right. So this is an opportunity available, for our global user. So at this moment, it is not open to the public. It is open to all those private, right? So every one of you who are our private partners who are already part of JDXBOT, your referral link is active. You can go and share your referral link. All right. Now, if any one of you stumble upon this video while you are watching it in YouTube, or whatever, and you want to be part of JDXBOT, please reach out to support@jdxbot.com. All right, please reach out to support@jdxbot.com. We will then advise you what needs to be done. But if you are introduced or invited by the partners, then please make sure you reach out to them and get their referral link. All right. Now, these are the meeting info. We have a weekly Tuesday business presentation, which I'm doing to you now. So you can invite your prospects to attend to hear this presentation. And every fortnightly on the first and third week, all right, there will be an AMA session. All right. So this is where we cover the technical aspects of JDXBOT. All right. So if you want to understand the technical aspects of it, then please make sure be part of our AMA session. And during this session, you can ask me anything. That is called AMA session. Okay. Ask me anything related to the technical and so on. Right. So with that, I hope, all right, this full-scale presentation has given you, all the information and insight that is necessary, all right, for you to make an informed decision. As I mentioned to you, please remain honorable. Get to the person who invited you or introduced you to JDXBOT. If you don't have anyone and you stumble upon this presentation, reach out to the support@jdxbot.com. All right, and we will be able to advise you what needs to be done. Okay, so with that, I would like to say thank you so much, guys, for coming on board and listening to this presentation. All right, if you have any question, right, I will be able to answer you. Those of you are online, okay, so you can actually tap the raise hand at the bottom if you want to ask me any question, or you can even put up in the chat room, all right, and I'll be able to answer you. All right, any one of you would like to ask me anything. I hope this presentation is clear, okay? It's getting better and better every week because we are making sure all the contents, okay, are continuously improved, and so on. Yes, yes, Haruna, please unmute yourself.
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes. Please go ahead.
I'm having a friend here that I invited him to come and listen to your presentation, and then he said he want to talk to you and appreciate what you are doing, because this is not the first time you have been attending your meeting, but he's preparing for securing his boat by God's grace. At least probably this before this year, and that's what we are praying. So I think over to you. Can you talk to my mentor? Good afternoon, whatever the time may be your side, Doctor.
Yes. Please go ahead.
I have listened to your presentation, well presented, and that is a very good program. Just as you have said, I am planning, since I've been following you up, I've been planning to see how I can get started. But awesome. What I'm hearing this afternoon, that you are saying that the starting fund will change by next year. That is what I don't know. I'm shocked. I don't know. Maybe I have to do something faster than yes. I don't know. I was still thinking that it will remain like that at least January. But as if you're saying by January everything will change, and I pray that God should open way for us here. And it's only God that will bless you for whatever you are doing. I realized that I've never seen a platform like this before, where there is transparency and your mindset to build up people from the scratch. That's very good of you. Only awesome. God will reward you. Thank you.
Okay, really appreciate that input and insight. Thank you so much. I just want to remind those of you, right, already part of JDXBOT, because I know some of the user, your subscription already expired. Now, if your subscription already expired, please, okay, be very careful, okay, when you introduce new one. If your subscription is inactive, you won't enjoy the referral commission. So please make sure that your subscription is active, okay, for you to enjoy the referral commission, because it is unfair, okay, for you to enjoy a referral commission when your subscription is inactive. So before you introduce someone, please make sure, okay, because I don't want you to come to me and say that you didn't get the referral commission. All right, everything is clearly stated, okay? So you need to make sure that your subscription is active, right? Now, some of you, right, you say that, okay, Dr. John, I want to enjoy the referral commission, but I'm not ready to actually activate my bot. Can I do so? Yes, you can. Let me bring you to the back office, okay? So if you say that I don't have the fund yet to be part of JDXBOT, but I want to start to earn the commission. So if you go to the purchase strategy, you see we got a starter pack. So starter pack, right? So if your subscription already inactive, but you don't want, you are not ready for the trading, you are not ready for the autopilot yet, okay? But you want to earn the referral commission, you can actually purchase the starter pack. Okay, starter pack is $50. So when you purchase the starter pack, you can actually continue to enjoy the referral commission, unlimited, okay? There's no limit. You can introduce 10 people, 20 people, up to you, and you will get the commission. So you can use the commission money later on to activate your bot. So that's why we were so generous, and we actually provide the starter pack. All right, so please understand that. So if you are not ready, right? Example, some of you, your subscription already expired. Maybe I can advise you, go and activate one of the bot first. All right, $100 bot or something, right? Go and activate so that you can enjoy the referral commission. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, I just want to remind everyone, because I don't want you then suddenly you realize that, hey, why I'm not earning the 20% referral commission. So don't lose the referral commission. Okay, please. I don't need to tell you this, right? Because as an owner, I may not want, you see, some owner, they may not want you to enjoy the referral commission. But I don't want you to lose the referral commission, guys. All right, so take advantage of it. Okay, all right, great. Yes, Obong, please unmute yourself.
Okay, Dr. J, confirm you can hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thanks for all you do, empowering ordinary people to generate extraordinary income. We really appreciate, like I always say, I'm the happiest person on this JDXBOT, which you know about that.
Yes.
On behalf of JDXBOT Nigeria, we really appreciate all the effort you are putting to ensure that this is a success. So we really appreciate all what you are doing. We're still trying to introduce some of our colleagues so very soon you will see some of our colleagues that through our referral link that will be joining. So please, most importantly, what you are doing to ensure the capital, the partners' capital are intact. We really appreciate that. If you could see, I even on the Telegram group, I think I even recommended that, suggested that what the institutions are doing, you may need to revisit your 30,000 to 35,000 points that we had previous, because of what we are seeing, the brutal nature of the institution on this Bitcoin thing. Is really what they're doing is unbelievable that we are having this. But we are happy you have told us, you gave us those information, and it's happening exactly the way you told us it's going to happen. You know, nobody believed it will come this way, but it has happened. So so we really appreciate what you are doing. Please, no distraction. Keep doing what you are doing. We here in Nigeria, like I said, on behalf of the Nigeria team, will keep giving you all the support that you need. And I'm 100% sure other global partners will also do same. So we really appreciate what you are doing. Please keep it up. Keep it up. God bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Obong, for the continuous encouragement. You know, And also, I think it is critical, okay, what he says, because at the end of it, we try to do our best to safeguard the position. Okay, so as I mentioned to you, the algorithm is continuously optimized based on the real world performance of the bot. So every time we see the manipulation taking place, right? You can see that we are taking from 20,000 to 25,000. Now it is standing about 30,500, right? It can go to 35,000 to even 40,000, guys, as long as you top up your sub account. All right. So please understand that if your main available balance is reduced, we can't do much. We can't go how to go so far, right? Because you don't have enough in your main. So that's why try not to allow your main available balance to drop below 50%. All right, try to manage, okay? Because the thing is that please understand, it doesn't happen all the time. It may happen once a while. Now, as long as your sub account does not go down, you are okay. You can go to even 40,000. I don't think so. There is a problem. All right. So that's why I told you, right? It is a shared responsibility. The algorithm, the strategy is working very well. All right. But we also need to make sure that, because please understand, there is no way a position can last forever, right? If the market goes further down, unless you top up your main account. All right. So we did our best to allow you with 100% matching. But sometimes market can even go beyond than that. All right. So that's why you can see that we are keep actually improving and adjusting the algorithm. Right. Now, there's one question in the chat, right? I have a question. When the price of Bitcoin goes down and the bot used all the sub-account fund, and when the critical alert is on, how much to deposit in the sub-account? We don't have the answer, right? Because your percentage from one user, another user can be different. So the amount that you need to top up is until your main account is pushed back above 50%. So you see, and also, right, it depends. Some user, when they receive the critical alert at 45%, they do nothing. And then they receive the alert again at 40%, they do nothing. And then they wait until 30%. So it depends, right? Can you see? If at 45% you top up, probably you only need to top up $10. But if you wait until 30%, probably now you need to top up $30. So it depends. All right. Some users don't even bother. Even there is 20%, they don't bother. I saw some users, they don't care about it. So that means that in my understanding, they don't mind to get liquidated. You see that? So I hope I answer your question, Samson. Okay. So the amount, it depends when you respond. The sooner you respond, the lesser you top up. All right. But that doesn't guarantee that it will not drop below 50% again. So normally what I would advise is this. When it drops below 50%, probably you wait for a few hours and see whether it maintains below 50%. Because sometimes if the market reverse, it will then go back above 50% automatically without even topping up. All right. So, but please understand, guys, the topping up is not always required, right? Because you already have 100% in your sub account. So the bot will keep using until now about, I think it's around 25,000. It can last you about 25 or 28,000. All right. Once it reach 30,000, you need to, maybe your available balance, your main available balance will be below 50%. So that's why you still need to top up. So that's why when Obong say, right, that you can actually be resilient. Yes, you can. With the condition, you need to top up your sub account, because then the sub account will top up your main account. You see, at the end of it, what actually determines how far you can is your available balance. So the more balance you have, the more far your liquidation will be. All right. So you can see, if you top up your sub account and your main account is pushed above 50, you will see that your estimate liquidation will be further away. All right. So that's the reason why, guys, please understand. If liquidation happens, not everyone will get liquidated. Only those who don't have sufficient fund, high likely, right, will get liquidated. But by God's grace, we thank God. Okay, God has been protecting JD Wealth Maker, JDXBOT. None of us so far got liquidated by God's grace. I hope it will continue. Okay, but as I mentioned to you, right? If the price goes down, how far it is going to go? At the end of it, it has to reverse. The question is, can you hold? Can you hold? Can you hold in the battlefield until the enemy actually get weaker and weaker? All right. So if you can wait, you can hold. That is it. When the enemy ammunition is actually depleted, the enemy will surrender. You can go and ambush, and you can win. So that's why we are waiting, right? So that is the mentality. Okay. Please understand, guys. If you are part of JD Wealth Maker, I want you to be a warrior. I want you to have the warrior mentality. Don't give up in the heat of the battle. Don't become a chocolate soldier. All right. In the heat of the battle, you must be strong. All right. Because this is a war zone. We don't send chocolate soldiers to the war zone, right? So it is a war, guys. The trading is a war. It's a war between the Red Army and the Green Army. So currently the Red Army is winning. It doesn't matter. Wait until it gets weaker. When the Green Army reverses, every one of us will be rejoicing, right? Because we will walk out victoriously. So think in that manner. Think victorious. Don't be defeated in your mind. The only reason you are a failure, you will quit, is when you are defeated in your mind. If you are defeated here, you are defeated everywhere. All right. I hope this advice is helpful. Okay. That's why in my years of trading, right, I understood one thing. You can remain in the trade and never get liquidated as long as you have the ammunition. All right. That's the reason why look into the hedge fund, look into the institution, why they are able to win, because they have a lot of fun. And they are good in managing their fund. That's why you see our wallet management strategy. We don't use everything at once. You see that? We only open 1% up and down at first. And then we wait. And then we do DCA slowly. But at a certain point, your sub-account can get depleted. It doesn't matter. If your sub-account depleted, doesn't mean you are a failure. No. That means you have actually protected your trade. All right? It's impossible, guys, to get liquidated unless the market is manipulated. That's a different story. But I have never seen, okay, I've never seen, Bitcoin move like 50, 60,000 points. I have yet to see. All right, so far, I've seen about 20, 30,000 easily, okay? So we are okay, all right? We are okay. So, but as I mentioned, right, the algorithm have certain policy, have certain instruction. So we are making sure you understand all the standard there is. So if at 50%, user must top up, all right, you get a critical alert. And if you do nothing about it, I can't do anything. All right, that is so. So I know some users tell me, I don't have the fund. That's why we actually trigger at 50% earlier. So that maybe you can start to get ready the fund. You see that? So this is important. But at the end of it, look into your position, right? I think most of your estimate liquidation is above 17,000. Because we control your estimate liquidation above 70,000. You see that? So although sometimes you don't have the fund, our algorithm still protects you so that you don't get liquidated. All right. So a lot of the position drop, I think around 10,000, 11,000. You see that the algorithm pushes back your liquidation above 17,000. So that means, right, for you to get liquidated, the price has to go down another 17,000, guys. Do you think it is easy for Bitcoin to drop that far? It is possible. It can happen, but it is not that easy, okay, for that to happen, because we do have a lot of institution buyers are coming to buy now at a cheaper price. All right. So I hope, all right, I hope this session has been helpful. I trust that it's insightful. All right. I trust that you guys are learning a lot of things. All right. So this is what makes JDXBOT completely different. Okay. But the most important thing when it comes to trading wise is just two things. Number one, your mindset. Okay. You must be a warrior in your mind. Number two, you need patience. In the battlefield, patience is critical. All right. You don't shoot everyone. You don't shoot whenever you like. you need to wait. All right, you must be like a wolf. You wait for the right time to take advantage of the enemy to win the war. Sometimes you need to lie down there for days. All right, for days, guys, until your enemy actually defeated. So please understand that, okay? This is not a normal trading like what you learn from all these, traders teaching you. They are not teaching you to trade. They are teaching you to make money from you. They are marketing experts. They are not traders. All right, but here you are seeing the real trade. All right, but it's the tactical strategy, okay? All right, I'm not interested with the technical because Bitcoin doesn't care how technical it is. No matter what is the support, what is the resistance, Bitcoin doesn't care. If Bitcoin wants to go down, it goes down. If it wants to go up, it goes up. When everybody says it's going down, Bitcoin do the opposite. When everybody says it goes up, Bitcoin do the opposite. Can you see that? That's how Bitcoin works. When everyone is thinking it's going to crash, Bitcoin goes all-time high. When everybody says Bitcoin is going to go to 1 million, it goes to 80,000. Can you see that? It works opposite than the people's expectation. All right. Okay, guys, I think this has been a very, very insightful session. God bless each and every one of you. All right. Make sure you join our YouTube channel. All right. And also be part of JDXBOT. You will be added into our private Telegram group where you will actually be receiving these recorded videos and so on. Okay. So take advantage, guys, of the benefit, okay, of the referral commission that is available and so on. Take advantage of it. It's a lot, okay? It's a lot, guys. Come on, 20% is a lot. Even if you don't have a trading account, even if you don't subscribe, just buy the starter pack and go and introduce people. You will make good money. All right? The opportunity is already there. Take advantage of it, okay? All right, so with that, God bless each and every one of you. All right? We will catch up again, I think, next week. I will let you know. Probably next week, they won't be AMA because I will be in overseas. But next week, we will have, next week, maybe we don't have the Tuesday meeting because I will be in overseas. But we will have the AMA session on Thursday. By then, I'll be back. All right, so high likely we will only have the AMA session next week, okay? So just take note of that, okay? But to the new one, you can share this video. I think this video is complete. You can share them this video. I will only put up the presentation later on, okay? A special video. So you can share only this video so that people can understand how JDXBOT works, okay? So with that, God bless each and every one of you. Take care, and we will catch up again, okay? Take care, guys. God bless you all.